Hello everybody, how is it going today? It is now March 1st, Thursday. It's about midnight Central Standard Time, and we're going to talk about WaltonChain. If you guys love these content, or the content that I'm producing, I would really appreciate an upvote on Steemit. And make sure you also like, subscribe, and share the material as well on YouTube and on Twitter. Make sure you guys are following me on all three social media platforms, YouTube, Twitter, and Steemit, because you might be missing a lot of goodies there that I may not post on YouTube, for example, because there's charts on Steemit. And I always post and tweet my general tone as well for the coins that I'm following. So WaltonChain has been pretty hilarious, guys. If you guys are not following WaltonChain, funniest thing happened, right? So they've been talking about wanting to be much more transparent, okay? So they're trying to improve their integrity and how the public sees them. So what they did was they announced a Valentine's Day giveaway, basically, all right? They announced a Valentine's Day giveaway. And what ended up happening was when they announced the winners of their pick, someone on the exact same account, right, as soon as it was released, this big list right here, someone wrote, "Oh my God, can't believe I won. Thank you, Walton team. Keep doing the great work." But this was actually on the exact same account. So what that implies heavily is that it was completely rigged, okay? And the list of the winners is full of people who are probably employees, or not were employees, but they actually are employees. They even allowed employees to participate in their own giveaway, which is completely bogus. On top of the, "Oh my God, can't believe I won. Thank you, Walton team." It just implies that someone accidentally forgot to log out of the main WaltonChain Twitter account, and they were supposed to be on another account, and they accidentally tweeted on the main account, which implies so heavily that it was a very rigged giveaway. And people are writing things like, "Forgot to change accounts, LOL," right? And some employees are even writing, "Oh, my wife is actually on that list right there." Well, they're allowing family and friends to participate in what was supposed to be in a public giveaway. Not really cool. So because of what happened, their price plummeted. Like, we're talking plummeted, guys, okay? It fell so much here. Let me just see how much it actually fell. And this is actually going to be a very detailed technical analysis as well, just so you guys know. But it fell 32% in what? In literally like 3 hours, guys. In 3 hours, as the news spread like wildfire, people were just dumping WaltonChain, and you can clearly see why as well, right? That's not really a cool thing to do. If you're going to do a giveaway and you're trying to retain some sort of transparency with high integrity and ethics in the blockchain community and crypto world, you don't give away and allow employees to participate, firstly. And secondly, you don't tweet on the same account by shilling it, okay, to fake accounts. Like, what are they doing? They're trying to take back their $58? Come on, it's $58. I know that's a lot of money to some people and not a lot to others, but to a company that's trying to promote their blockchain by doing a public giveaway, not really cool, if you guys see what I mean. So let's do a detailed technical analysis on WaltonChain. It was actually requested by Mel as well. You know who you are, Mel. I love you. I love everybody. So it was requested by her. You guys can thank Mel Coins, or what is your name? Is it Mel? No, that's Val Coins. Wrong person. So I don't remember her Twitter handle, but this request is definitely dedicated to her, okay? So what we can see here right now is, I'm going to call this all of wave 1 in here, wave 2, and we are looking for a 4th wave, okay? Now, the thing that concerns me is that there's already massive overlapping into the wave 1 territory, so by Elliott wave rules, we should consider this an impulse wave failure. So we might have to consider it as maybe some flat that's going to end up happening, or channel, or who knows, maybe even a diagonal. So we still have to play it out to see what kind of impulse move is going to do here. So now here it's also very clear that that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, and this is 5. So what we're looking for in WaltonChain right now is basically a 5th wave up right now. Now, I'm not going to really try to predict where this 5th wave 1 will be. I'm more so going to give a very general type of technical analysis, and we're going to isolate where this could possibly land up based on an Elliott wave count. So based on Elliott wave count already, I can clearly see that this right here is going to be some sort of wave 1. or sorry, A, B, and we're looking for a C somewhere down over here, right? So it's flowing fairly nicely from an Elliott wave perspective, I do have to admit. And we can easily count this as B, because if we look very close into it, we get 3 subwaves going up like that, right? I'm not going to bother changing the degree, guys. I'm way too lazy to change the degree here. But if we break it down further, we can actually see 5 subwaves that are forming in here as well, with very minimal overlap. We have to keep in mind that this overlap is completely acceptable in leveraged markets. In the cryptocurrency especially, we will absolutely see some sort of overlapping like that. Now, if we try to count 5 waves in here, what we see so far is basically 1, 2, 3, 4, and where is the 5th wave, right? We don't see a 5th wave yet anywhere here. So it's a fairly easy one to count. This whole thing right here creates a fractal that makes it a part of wave 2 correction, right? This whole area in here basically, which is, you know, I'm just going to draw all of it just like that in here. Do you guys see what I mean right there? This area right there, it's creating a fractal that creates the wave 2 where it eventually breaks downwards. And here we can also see, I guess, 5 fairly decent waves coming down. 1, 2, 3, around here 4, and we see the 5 waves coming down here as well. Here we get a pretty sloppy ABC type of correction, but it definitely works out as well. So this is not going to be a very long technical analysis. I find it a fairly easy coin to do a technical analysis on right now. Okay, but one thing that we have to keep in mind of is that this is where wave 1 ended. This is where wave 3 began, right around these regions here. So if I were to maintain my count over here, we count this as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, just like that. So what we want to do is we want to take some sort of Fibonacci level of this particular structure only. Keep in mind, just always lesson time, guys, that we take our Elliott waves 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then we do Fibonacci for only wave 1, right? That's really important that you guys remember this, okay? That we take Fibonacci of wave 1, wave 2 of just wave 1, and then we take Fibonacci of wave 4 for just wave 3, like that. Don't ever take Fibonacci for just wave 5, okay? It's going to end up destroying you because we take Fibonacci for the entire range here, since this actually makes one entire subwave going up like that, and within each subwave we get, or within each wave we get 5 subwaves like that. So this wave right here with 5 subwaves in it is actually no different than this big wave right here with 5 subwaves in it as well. So we're looking for where this wave 4 right here will actually end up. Excuse me. So now that we have that out of the way, we want to see what kind of Fibonacci it's actually retraced to thus far. So if I do my Fibonacci right now, what we see is it's about to get to the golden pocket zone, right? Right here. Pretty decent retracement thus far, but the question is, how much further is it going to go? And where are we in terms of progression? So we've already counted this right here as ABC-ish, right? A, B, and somewhere down there for C. And we're also going to count this right here as all of this waves 1 coming down, 2, 3, 4, just coming down like that. And we also want to make sure that we get some sort of reasonable Fibonacci extension from where it is. Reasonable enough, I'd say, for now. Okay, that looks pretty good. Where this one here most likely will end up around the 14 to the 15K region, I would imagine. Actually, I'd say B is more like, just double checking here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see this is more like B right there, okay? My apologies. Let's draw this a little bit differently just to make sure that we annotate it properly. A, B, and there's a C somewhere down over here, which we're about to figure out, okay? And then the waves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5s will go something like 1, 2, 3, 4, and somewhere down there we're going to look for a 5th wave. So now if we take our Fibonacci extension right here and we do just like that, what we see is that this one here almost nails target, right? Wave 3 ended up getting to a 161, or sorry, a 100 extension, slightly lower. Then notice that it fell right in between the 161 and the 100 region, right in the middle. So it's also very safe to assume that the next Fibonacci region could fall somewhere very much so in between here as well. Let's say we take an average of it, just kind of right in the middle, just something like that, okay? Slightly lower than it. I'm guessing right away that it's going to fall somewhere between 14,000 and 16,000 Satoshi, maybe there. 15. I'd say more like the 15K Satoshi range, definitely. Is that the right number, 15K? I think I'm missing a decimal. I'm talking about the 15 there, okay? I actually think it's 145,000. I might just be missing a zero there. So if we know that this right here is, that's where it ended. This was waves 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's a fifth one in there somewhere. What we know is that on the fifth wave, guys, coming down, there's going to be 5 subwaves inside of it, right? So what we can count so far inside of here is 1, 2, that's pretty nasty 3, guys. Very nasty 3, 4, and we're going to probably end up getting some sort of double bottom almost. Something like that in my opinion, because the third wave fell so far that I could almost expect the fifth wave to become truncated or slightly lower. What we see is that this wave 3 probably retraced to, or extended to, yeah, 161.8. So just based on simple deduction, there's still one more wave to go. We're going to see a slight uptrend, guaranteed. It might have even happened already, okay? It might have even happened already. That might have been considered it right here already, right? So now we're just looking for one more wave coming down here, and I would bank on the fact that it's going to fall between 14,500 or 145,000 Satoshi, around there, 145,000 Satoshi to 15,000, sorry, 145,000 Satoshi to 155,000 Satoshi, just slightly below the golden pocket ratio there. And it also makes a lot of sense that it's going to reach a lower zone of this high activity area as well. So we just use a simple double correlation method. Very easy to deduce that somewhere in this range, guys. Make sure you guys are drawing it out. Draw your Fibonacci extensions. Draw your Fibonacci retracements there as well. And yeah, it just seems like that is where the ABC is going to end. Let's take a look at some other indicators now, guys. Let's look on the daily chart so we can just talk about this. We see the daily just dropping like a rock right now, right? It literally has dropped like a rock right now. But we are almost done, guys. I mean, yeah, I mean, this is waves 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's still a fifth one somewhere down there between 145,000, 155,000, right around those range. And we can see on the daily chart that it's actually reaching almost oversold zones already. We see this RSI right here hold for a long time, right? This was a good RSI support, so we can definitely expect a bounce in a few days. Despite the very negative PR that happened, WaltonChain is still a very good technology fundamentally, right? They got a lot of things going for them. What we can see on the 12-hour chart is it's now reaching oversold zones already. What we can see on the 6-hour chart, it's almost reaching oversold zones. So despite everybody panic selling because of this negative PR and their mistake, which they deserve, guys, like they deserve all the negative PR for here. But is any publicity really bad publicity? I mean, people are still going to take advantage of all the fear in the market because of all these oversold conditions. Nothing stays oversold for that long, guys. I mean, how far is this really going to negatively tick down? Is it just eventually going to snap back up like that? Yeah, most likely it's going to. Oversold zones on the 6-hour. 4 hours completely oversold right now already as well. 3 hours completely oversold. 2 hour very oversold. 1 hour slightly bouncing up right here, but who knows? We're still going to get a few more waves down in my opinion. So right now, I'm not trading WaltonChain at all. It's not really an interest of mine. Let's go check CoinMarketCap. WaltonChain CoinMarketCap. Alrighty. So we look at CoinMarketCap, it fell about 20% in the past 24 hours. They deserved it. I mean, come on, that's just a horrible thing to be doing, right? we look at the volume here, it was very steady for the past few days, but all of a sudden today it just went wham, let's just do $21 million. Now even more interest in the past few hours since the daily close. We're looking at 28.5 million now. Market cap dropped a staggering $150 million today. So definitely not the best day for them. But you guys need to understand that it's really reaching oversold zones right now by like a lot. And eventually it's going to bounce. I mean, I believe that it's going to bounce sometime soon, just based on the Elliott wave, based on getting into heavily into the price territory of wave 1 here, which is kind of an Elliott wave rule that shouldn't have happened. But because of the negative PR and their mistake there, we can easily expect something like this to happen. On the 30-minute chart, right, where it looks like a inverted flag consolidation, where it's still going to come down a little bit, in my opinion. So yeah, it's really hard to say that it's going to drop all the way back to zero despite all the PR. I mean, the Elliott wave is showing promise for a bounce sometime very soon, even if it's not a major bounce, right? Nevertheless, it's going to be a bounce. So I think a lot of people are starting to take advantage of the fear in the marketplace. So let's say we even looked at it right here. I mean, if you guys take a look on the right here, that's kind of my range where I'd be looking and getting interested in buying it if it makes this final wave down here. We're talking about between 145,000 and 155,000. So let's say that that was actually the lowest that it could go right now, okay? If that definitely was the lowest that it can go, let's just do a simple extension to see where that one reached right here. I mean, this one nailed it with flying colors, guys. It nailed the 161.8 extension with flying colors. If this were to actually hold and they handled their PR and things returned to normal and the ABC was actually complete and the final wave started, right, without any WXY failures, you guys can easily be looking at, you know, somewhere between about 500,000 Satoshi, guys. That's a really, am I seeing the number right? I think I'm missing a zero in here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm missing a zero in there. So I'm looking at maybe 500K Satoshi, 550K for a very longer term analysis. So despite everything happening, once again, it's showing a lot of resiliency, guys. Look how resilient it is with this very long wick right here. So I think some people capitalized on it and took advantage of this price activity area right here as support, slightly below the golden pocket and the golden ratio right there. And people are probably having a field day from this bounce because it was a pretty big bounce, right? We're talking like a bounce of 25% right there, guys. Pretty big bounce in my opinion, yeah. And if you actually look at this right here, it almost looks some sort of like a flag consolidation, right? I mean, just it has the general look of a flag consolidation that's eventually going to break out. How far is it going to break out? Will it actually reach those targets up there that I defined, the 500K ranges? Maybe not anytime soon, but it definitely has a chance to, as long as Elliott waves WXY formations don't form. So yeah, my thoughts stand, guys. Want to do a quick TA on it? I do believe that around the 145K, 155K region, it will most likely attempt to get a bounce. How far up? No idea. But it will at least attempt to break these massive resistance lines with some bull traps that we see, right? So it'll at least attempt to break, I'm guessing, like 178,000, 180,000 Satoshi. Actually, between 170K and 180K. If it actually attempts to break it, and it does successfully, you guys can easily count on seeing up to 500K, 550K Satoshi ranges. So anyways, I just wanted to give my quick thought on WaltonChain and just kind of make light of the situation a little bit because it's actually hilarious. Let's not deny that for a moment. If you guys enjoyed these videos that I'm making for you, I'd also appreciate an upvote on Steemit. So make sure you head there and you can see the charts there as well. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share the material on YouTube and on Twitter as well. Have yourselves a great night, guys, and thank you very much for all the love and the support. Go read up on WaltonChain if you guys haven't already. It is hilarious. It definitely made my day. So take care, and thank you once again, everybody. Bye now.